We meet again, and welcome back to my series where I design Pokemon based on high fantasy. We're going to kick it right off with the time-lapse. I'm actually starting with redesigning the Fire First partner from my first video of this series. I had a few reasons to do this, first and foremost being that it didn't have much interesting going on. It lacked personality, and as it stood, it would have just been a normal fantasy beast, but in a cutesy art style. With this redesign, I wanted to give it a bit more personality and somewhere to move. I started with giving it a more energetic pose, taking reference from playing puppies. This connects it more with its Pokédex entry where it describes Jakschi as being playful. The second thing I did was design it to be a bit more geometric, shaping it so it almost looks a bit stone statuesque, which you will see come into play as I develop the evolutions. At first with the colors, I figured I'd simply keep the colorations of the original and just color pick. This didn't end up working in the way I thought it would, and I ended up recoloring it entirely into a black and red color scheme. After that, it's just some shading, and we have the new Jakschi ready to roll. Moving on to its evolution, it becomes clear what fantasy beast I'm taking inspiration from. I add a second head to its body, and now we can see that I am creating a Chimera. This design took me a while to figure out. I knew from the start that I wanted a jackal and a wildebeest head, but I am still incredibly new to drawing animal features, so shaping the jackal head especially was giving me grief. The legs were also difficult, once again due to my inexperience. Spent a while shaping each one, though it still went quick. With the legs posed, I could finally start developing the secondary concept in the second type, rock. I began to fill in a whole lot of split rock texture. Admittedly, this is probably a bit much for a Pokemon design, but who said I needed to mimic the style perfectly? After that, it's a bit of line cleanup, which I had to do a lot with this design. Then I'm on to color. First blocked in all of them, then I pulled up an image to color pick from. It's a bit of artist advice. If you're struggling with color theory, find something you find visually appealing, and straight up take the colors for yourself. What are they gonna do, stop you? With that, the last bit of the second stage, Volcaima, is done. And now for the third and final stage of the Pokemon. I started with a proud pose, which as far as these other designs have gone so far, was pretty quick. Shaping the jackal face thankfully went pleasantly this time. I was finally starting to get the hang of it. Then on goes the wildebeest head, smooth as butter. Then I ran into the third head. Then I ran into the third head. I wanted to make it something reptilian to at least somewhat follow the typical Chimera head arrangement, so I went with a crocodile, still keeping in that African plains theming. It was difficult to pull off, so I kinda just settled with something I found alright. Then it's on to refining the body shapes. Overall it went smoothly, then here comes the fine details. So many rocks, so many spikes. What you don't realize about these rock patterns is that you have to layer them in a visually appealing way, which isn't hard, it just takes forever. I went for a lot of black and gray with this evolution, and it's because I wanted the lava portions to really pop. Imagine that as they evolve, they can directly heat from their fire typing better, meaning that they actually end up with less fire on the outside. With that, Chimera is done. But we're not done yet, for these starters get Mega Evolutions. For this Mega, I had a vision of it hunched over with the volcano on its back. So that's what I did. Biggest struggle with this one was placing the legs correctly. It's just so wide and needed a powerful stance for the big old thing on its back. When struggling with posing, the best thing you can do while you're working is to flip the canvas a few times. Kinda just refreshes the way your brain sees it, so you can see when things are wrong with the proportions. With the pose settled, I went into refining its design. Each head has been turned far more aggressive and realistic in shape, and I give them eyes like furnaces. This thing is a volcano incarnate, and you best not draw its wrath. There are far more rocks, and outside of its mouths and eyes, not a bit of lava is showing through, showing its complete mastery of heat. With some moody lighting, Mega Chimera rises from the earth. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and I'd love if you stick around for some more art and music. If you want to share your own journeys with me, I have my Discord linked in the description. See you later, and have a wonderful day.